probably a signature airplane. When they see that, they think of you. So tell me about how
Yes.
that came about and how you use it.
Well, first of all, when you say that it's a signature airplane, people see that, they think of me. I never set out to be that, I never set out to be known as the Storch man, But
Right.
so the way that one actually came about, so I had gotten in to the National Stole and the very first Lone Star Stole. Anyway, I got fairly heavily involved in the Stole competition stuff, and I was flying a Kit Fox when it wasn't real competitive, but it was more competitive than it is now because there wasn't as many. Steve Henry was still around, but he was still flying a Rotax. He was still flying a Rotax Highlander, and he didn't have 400 horsepower in there like they do now. But so I was flying the Kit Fox, and I really enjoyed it, and I was meeting cool people and this. But during the time that I had that, my buddy Bob had decided he wanted a feast for a Storch, and he realized he didn't want to get a real one because number one, they're expensive, or they were expensive to get, but they were really expensive to maintain because the old inverted V engine that's in them, and it's just it was cost prohibitive to try to get a real one. And he found this guy making these kits. Nestor Slepchev was building these kits out of, he's a Serbian, but he was building out of Australia. And so he wound up buying this kit, had the kit shipped to the house or to the airport there, and I was there when they unloaded it off the truck. And then Nestor had another one that went to Kirby Chambliss, who was an air show pilot, Red Bull air racing pilot. He bought one of them. And so he had that one there, and he had my buddy's was a kit, and Kirby's was already built. It was just not put together, and he put the wings on it and gave me a ride in it, and then he flew it off. And my buddy Bob spent like 6 months building his, or 7 months building his. Within a year of the date that he bought it, he was already flying it. So then he flew it. I was his very first passenger in it. After he got off, got the test flight and got it out of phase one, he took me for a ride in it. Man, it was just cool. Anyway, I flew with him a few times over the years, but he never really just let me go fly it. So then he just told me, I was overseas. I was working in Iraq at the time, flying King Airs over there doing surveillance. And he sent me a message, said, "Hey, I'm selling the Storch." I'm like, "Oh man, can you hold off till I get back? I want to fly it." He goes, "Well, no." He said, "If somebody wants it, I said, "Well, all right, I'll take it." So I took it. And I had been telling him for years, I said, "Man, you need to come take that to some of these Stole competitions. That'd be cool."
Yeah.
He wasn't into that. He's a retired Army guy, but he just likes to fly around locally. And so I went ahead and got it. And then as soon as I got back, there was a Stole competition like about a week after I got back. So I got his airplane. I went out and flew it about maybe an hour, and then I flew it up to that Stole competition. And it was a pretty good deal. And I think I got second place to Steve Henry on that thing. And I'm like, second place to Steve Henry, that's first place anywhere else. So,
Yeah, no. And that was with 1 hour of flight time under your belt on it.
Yeah, maybe, well, by the time I got up to the competition, I had by the time I finished that competition, I had 15 hours by the time, something like that. I mean, I didn't have much, but the thing is, it's so easy to fly. It's got the leading edge slats on it. And, German engineering was big, and that's what everybody's going to now. A lot of these guys are putting those on their planes now. And this is from World War II technology, so it's just really cool. And, to be more competitive now, I'd have to put a bigger engine on it, but it's still cool. I fly it at the Sun and Fun Stole demo. I flew it twice at the Oshkosh Stole demo. I'll probably be at Sun and Fun again with it this year or next year. And it's a cool airplane, but that's how I wound up getting it because my buddy built it.